Hi, I'm Mary Poulsen. I'm the marketing director for the City of Blue Island, but as most of you are probably in the same situation, I have a lot of other duties as assigned. And one of those, or actually quite a few of the projects that I work on, are related to the canal and Little Calumet River and the Cal-Sag Trail that's going through Blue Island, which I mentioned. This is how we began. Blue Island is so named because it is situated to the south end of a glacial moraine, once an island in Lake Chicago, which covered the surrounding area thousands of years ago at the end of the last ice age. When the glaciers receded, early pioneers gave the ridge the name Blue Island because in the distance it looked like a set of sea, it looked like it was in a sea, of a prairie sea. And this is where we're at now, thousands of years later. We have the Stony Creek that runs into the Cal-Sag Channel. We have the Cal-Sag Channel, which splits Blue Island in the north and south. And then we have the Little Calumet River. And we have an industrial legacy along the canal and throughout Blue Island. We've had brickyards. This is right here. It shows a picture of our gas plant that we had that produced gas that was fed to the homes and industry in Blue Island, which is now closed. And then we have some canoers that I don't know why they have a flag and are rowing past it, but they're enjoying the sights. Now, we have always had a history where we coexisted with the Cal-Sag. As you remember, in 1959, the Pan Am Games used the canal for their rowing. Here are some boaters on the canal before it was widened, and again, our historical people with their flag rowing past the gas plant. 2004, we started the development of the Cal-Sag Trail, which is now coming to fruition, and as part of that, we had a wayfinding portion where we looked at it. It goes along the Cal-Sag Channel, and what could we do that would be adjacent to it so that we could really enhance this? One is our Chatham Street Bridge in Blue Island, which is presently closed. And this is supposed to pop up, and apparently I must have done it wrong. We have a beautiful park here it is, a beautiful park bridge, pedestrian bridge, that we're going to be using this for. At Phase Point, the confluence of the Cal-Sag and the Little Calumet River, we have Phase Point. This is what it looks like now. And we have a signature bridge that's going to be developed that will go from Phase Point to the Joe Louis Golf Course, which is on Cook County Forest Preserve property. This is the gas plant that used to be in Blue Island that was closed in the 60s, which is along the Cal-Sag. And this is what it looks like now. The EPA made NICOR clean up this property, so it is now clean for development. And we are in the process of looking at this to see what we can do. One of the things is being considered as a campground. But we always considered the Cal-Sag and our waterways an asset to our community. As you can see, that we have the Chatham Street Bridge, we have people fishing in the Little Calumet River, we have the SEPA station, Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, to clean up the water, and we have a water rain barrel community garden project. And we still coexist with the canal. We had our collegiate rowing in 2007 through 2009, and that was top 10. We had Dartmouth, we had Wisconsin, we had all kind of top 10 schools competing, and then of course canoeing with Mark Bowman in that canoe. I'm sorry you missed him. We had the Blue Island locks that were in Blue Island, but unfortunately when they widened the canal in 46, from 60 feet to 225 feet, but now they're a history. We had a canoe trip that went past there where we gave, Jason Berry from Blue Island gave the history of the locks and the canal. We have a Calumet Waterway Stewards program where each year we have 2 cleanups of the Little Calumet River. And last year in September, we had over 60 volunteers. We have another one coming up in June. And what they do is you can see they go with their canoes and kayaks and they clean up some of the debris. We have a Stormwater Phase II engineering that's coming along. This is the second phase of that rain barrel project to keep the water out of the canal and to keep it in better use, where we have the rain barrels, we have bioswales, we have other projects that are going to be happening in the coming year. As part of our Millennium Reserve partners, we've had a lot of assistance in all these projects that we've done. And so part of that is we hired Weaver Booz Consultants to come up with an actual waterfront development plan for Blue Island so we could take it that next step further. And part of that was placemaking audits, where we went to 6 locations at strategic points along the canal to actually have people see what it looks like and what the potential is there and the possibilities. So that really helped define what could be done in these locations. We also had community workshops where we had residents, business owners, and visitors to Blue Island look at the preliminary waterfront development plan and to see what they'd like to see along the waterway and how it could be enhanced. So we took all that input into account to come up with our waterfront development plan, which we now have. And this plan, it's a little difficult to see here, but it consists of overlooks. The Cal-Sag Trail goes along the Cal-Sag Channel and crosses from the north to the south on the Chatham Street Bridge. We have overlooks, we have bike stops, we have canoe kayak launches, so there's a lot that we're looking forward to doing. We received a grant from Illinois Coastal Grant that helped us work with open lands. We're doing a paddling and workshops in 5 locations to introduce paddling to youth and to also educate them on being a good steward for the waterways. So we're very excited about that. We received money from Chicago Community Trust to do a boathouse and rowing center in Blue Island. The feasibility study is actually starting this year. So we're very excited about that so we can bring back our collegiate rowing and all the other water sports that we're planning on. But this will house a canoe kayak launch and storage and rentals. So we're very excited about all the upcoming projects. Thank you very much.